Ayy, I ain't tryna hear no advice, I'm sipping, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, I don't usually smoke like this, but I'm mixing, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, she said she love a bad boy, I give a D like a piston, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, cause my attitude right now say fuck how you feeling, yeah, tonight we on one. It got me caught up in the moment, and now you ain't my friend, you a motherfucking rodent. Young king born from the omnipotent. Why you think my power keep growing, never slowing, always going? Rise above my opponents. It's crazy when you think my whole expression is an exponent. Cause when it's real you can't clone it, and even if they tried you could tell when it's bogus. Yeah, tonight we on one, ayy, I ain't tryna hear no advice, I'm sipping, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, I don't usually smoke like this, but I'm mixing, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, she said she love a bad boy, I give a D like a piston, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, cause my attitude right now say fuck how you feeling, yeah, tonight we on one. Chale, por el lado, mamacita en mi lado, con unos tragos, ella me dice a dónde vamos, y yo le digo Team Marine 2, vengo con él, se fue. She call me daddy and respect me cause I'm king like that. She call you lazy and then engaging cause it be like that. I really put the passion in, that's why I feel like that. Mike spins on the track, bring the heat like that. No sé dónde fue, pero sé que la fregué. Toda noche la probé y después yo la boté. Yeah, tonight we on one, ayy, I ain't tryna hear no advice, I'm sipping, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, I don't usually smoke like this, but I'm mixing, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, she said she love a bad boy, I give a D like a piston, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, cause my attitude right now say fuck how you feeling, yeah, tonight we on one. I said I'm on one. I've been sipping and I'm mixing cause I'm on one. Attitude say fuck your feelings cause I'm on one. Yeah, I'm on one. Yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, I ain't tryna hear no advice, I'm sipping, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, I don't usually smoke like this, but I'm mixing, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, she said she love a bad boy, I give a D like a piston, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, cause my attitude right now say fuck how you feeling, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, I ain't tryna hear no advice, I'm sipping, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, I don't usually smoke like this, but I'm mixing, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, she said she love a bad boy, I give a D like a piston, yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, cause my attitude right now say fuck how you feeling, yeah, tonight we on one.
The number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
I need someone. I've been sipping and I'm mixing cause I'm on one. Got me questioning and thinking, can I love one? Cause it always ends up different. Can I function? Can I function? Maybe it's me, but I know that it's you. I'm calling your phone, but it's not going through. Maybe we're through. You said that you love me, you said that you do. Well, show me the proof. But look at what happened to Jesus, and they loved him too. I know this outcome, so why do I feel like I need someone? I've been sipping and I'm mixing cause I'm on one. Got me questioning and thinking, can I love one? Cause it always ends up different. Can I function? Can I function? I need someone. I've been sipping and I'm mixing cause I'm on one. Got me questioning and thinking, can I love one? Cause it always ends up different. Can I function? Can I function? No me digas lo siento, porque tú no sientes nada dentro. No quiero tus sentimientos, sigue derecho. Cause in order to grow, you gotta tear from the west. So maintain my vessel. All that back and forth shit, I swear that it makes it so stressful. Don't make it stressful, but I know this outcome, so why do I feel like...
Welcome back to Late Nights with All Access. Myself, MikeAnthony. Right next to me, Miss Nat Boogie.
What's up, guys?
Miss Nat Boogie.
Hi.
We have special guest, first time over here, Mr. Frank Vasquez. Thank you, sir, for joining us tonight.
Thank you. For having me.
I've been hearing that you are also known as the 100 my old man, and we will get into that shortly. So, but first, everyone that's tuning in right now, we appreciate the love and support. This is episode 162. Make sure to tag your Monday Night Squad, a like, a comment, and share. I'm exhausted. I just got back into town from Houston, H-Town.
H-Town?
H-Town, baby. And shout out to my boy Chris Motts. It's his birthday. Shout out to Melinda's son.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Jacob, it's his birthday. Shout out to my little sister, Alexis. It's her birthday. So we have a lot of birthdays today.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Do that little sound. Murr,
Murr, murr, murr, murr, murr.
All right. No, but you know what? It's so crazy. I feel like within the past 3 days, I've probably accumulated only 8, like maybe 12 hours of sleep.
I feel like that's normal for you.
Yeah, I know, but still. But driving, no.
Oh, that's a lot.
So
Houston's a trip, and then I feel like it's a road trip in Houston.
I
Like everything's
know.
so far from each other.
It is.
I hate it.
It really is. So this is how it breaks it down, right? The weekend, I was driving my party buses, right? And I did a prom and I did a party bus run from Fredericksburg, right? And so Fredericksburg, Texas. So that's an hour away just alone. So I am driving all day long. I drive to Fredericksburg, take them to 1902, and then from 1902 take them back. And
Sheesh.
that was, I got there in Fredericksburg about like 3 or 4 a.m., whatever. I got back into town I got there over there by like 3 something. Get back into town by 4:35. Go home, shower, change, pack, get on the road by 6 something or 7. Get to Houston. Get to the hotel with my family. Get going all the way until like 1 a.m.
No.
Didn't sleep for the 8 hours. And then,
I would have been like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not driving. Someone else is driving right now. Fuck this.
No, they were already there. They're already there. So like I drove like, and I feel like when I was driving, I felt like I took baby naps in between.
That's
like,
not good.
I know it's not
I
good.
feel like that's not
but
safe
it's
at all.
not safe. It's not encouraging it. By all means, not encouraging it. But I just
I'm
feel
a
like,
claims adjuster here, sir. You can't tell me about this.
I just feel like I did. I was just like, okay, that was 1 second of sleeping or whatever. And then when I'm walking around, everyone's like, oh my gosh, you look drunk, because like I'm so tired, and I'm just like rocking back and forth, when we're standing, and I'm just like, I'm trying to get my naps in, y'all. But
You weren't drinking your sugar-free Red Bull on the way?
that didn't even help.
Didn't do nothing
by,
for you?
by that time, I was just exhausted. I was.
Aw.
But I'm just glad that everyone had a good time. We had a good time in Houston. It was a lot of fun.
Did you eat anything good in Houston? Because they
Oh
have
my
some
gosh.
dope-ass restaurants that I've been
You know
wanting
what?
to try.
Adam, I'm going to right now share a picture. So you know how we have Alamo Biscuit Company? Shout out to John.
Mhm.
Well, they have a brunch restaurant. It's called the Flying Biscuits.
Oh, I saw you check into that.
And oh my Lord.
Was it amazeballs?
That was amazing. Like, it was just absolutely stunning. So and I actually got the Dirty Bird. That's what it's called.
Oh,
Yeah,
I like
so
the name
so
of
it's
that.
spicy with egg on top. It's like a waffle, chicken on top, and then an egg on top of it, and their special sauce that they have.
Ooh.
But it was a spicy chicken, so it had a really good kick to it. Very delicious, and it was packed. And so when we get there around like for brunch around like 1:05, and they close at 2, and they're like, we'll take y'all in anyways, because I mean, you don't ever want to be that customer that
Ooh, that
goes
looks
up
good.
that late, So, but it was phenomenal. Came out delicious. Their biscuits are really good too. So I shared the information to John, and he was telling me that this is based in Atlanta. So
Oh, okay.
it is really, really good. So if you're in Houston or you're going to Houston, go check out the Flying Biscuits. And then we went to some art museum that it's like a virtual museum to where they have different rooms and you're able to interact with them, which we'll share some pictures of those too as well. But it was really unique.
Is that Van Gogh?
No, it wasn't Van Gogh. It was, I can't even pronounce the name of this place. It starts with an S. But all I know is that it was a good time. Had fun over there, and then we went to the zoo over there. They have a big zoo, like a huge zoo. You think about San Antonio, but their zoo is huge. But it sucked because all their like main animals were asleep.
That does suck. I would have
Yeah.
wanted my money back, please.
I know, right?
Thanks. Or just like go wake them up. Something. Either want my money back or go wake up the aminals.
But that museum that we went to, it was just like different, like down the hall, and I felt like every room was just so different over there to where you could take pictures, of course, and whatnot. But you're able to download an app, and then you interact with the room itself.
That's dope.
So it was pretty cool.
That's really cool.
You know?
I like that.
So yes, and I can't pronounce the name. I'm sorry, but I know it starts in an S. I just can't remember what it was.
So there's 2 restaurants in Houston that I want
Uh-huh.
to try so fucking bad. So next
Yes.
time you're gonna go, let me know. I might go for the road trip
Yes.
with you. There's one. It's called like Lotus Seafood, and I
Okay.
keep seeing posts on my Facebook. You know me with crab and all that shit. Oh my
Yes.
god, it looks amazing. So Lotus Seafood, and then there's Turkey Leg Hut. Everyone talks about
Turkey
Turkey Leg
Leg
Hut.
Hut.
It's all like
seen
this.
that on TikTok,
Yes,
actually.
exactly. All the crazy stuffed turkey legs and turkey legs with shit on them that falls off the bone. It just looks amazing. I hear they have like a crazy wait though, but those are the 2 spots in Houston that I've been wanting to try. I just don't like going to Houston because everything's like it's a road trip to get there, and then like I said, everything's so far from each other in Houston. I feel like it's a road trip in Houston itself just
I
to
feel
get from
like
one place
now
to
that
another.
there's 2 Buc-ee's when you go to Houston. I don't know if that's always been like the case, but because I don't go to Houston as often. But driving I-10, there's 2 different Buc-ee's, and that's pretty cool because if you want to make a pit stop at both, then it breaks down the trip. In a sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like going to Austin. I go to Buc-ee's first, and then I get back on the road, and it's like you break down that hour to 35 minutes each, or
Yeah.
30 minutes each, and it's like, oh, it's not that bad of a drive after all. So
I do really want to give a few shout outs to
Yes.
some people that are tuning in right now. Big shout out to Gerard. He said he's actually in town right now and he's at Dive. So shout out to Gerard over there at Dive right now. Shout out to AJ, aka Jessica. Shout out
Thank
to
you, AJ.
Annalise. And then, hi, Aiden. I do want to give a big shout out to Aiden. His mama, my girl Emerald, she just gave birth to her baby girl Jade. On April 29th is when Jade was welcomed to the world. So
Aw.
shout out to Aiden. He was tuning in. So thank you for tuning in, Aiden. Hi. Tell your little sister and your parents, or, well, Emerald and Jesse that I said hi. Shout out to Stephanie. She said, way to go, Frank, 100
I
miles.
saw that. Thank you, Steph.
And then, of course, I think I said Annalise and then Joe Clark. Thank you, Joe, for tuning in. I appreciate it. I apologize, guys, if you see me squinting. There's like a really big light right here, right in front of the camera, and so I'm blind now. So you might see me squinting throughout the show, so that's why I do apologize. I'm like seeing spots. But anyways, what did I do this weekend? Was that everything you did,
that's
Houston?
pretty much. I mean, 1902 Friday, party buses the week. I'm trying to think what else. Shout out to AJ. They had their Bad Moms Brunch.
Oh, I did see that.
So
And they were sold out.
Yeah,
both
they
shows.
were sold out for both shows. So congratulations to
Yes.
AJ and
Being
congratulations
Achievement crew.
to Being Achievement and Chona E. I can only imagine how funny it was, and with all the people that showed love. That's amazing. So that locals are doing stuff like this and then getting appreciated by their fans and friends and supporters.
Yes,
Huge
very
shout
awesome.
out to them.
Congrats, guys. And I saw they all
Yes.
got on stage. Did they all do like a comedy?
I don't know. I have
Okay,
no
I was
idea.
curious. I saw that
So-
they all were on stage doing
Oh, really?
something, so I kind of
Woo-wee.
want to go check it out.
In California, doing it big.
Let me see here. What did I do this weekend? I didn't do anything. I chilled. I didn't do shit. Another week of me just relaxing and working out. I've been in the gym, and I got another membership to Planet Fitness again, so I did that. And then I went to go get my hair redone. I'm leaving the country next week, so I went to go see my girl Bev to get my dreads retwisted. So that's all I did this weekend.
Nice.
Just been kind of living a boring life. Just been chilling and working out and chilling some more.
You know what? I forgot to say. This past week, I went to go get my teeth whitening.
I need to go do that.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever done that? Have you
No.
ever had your teeth whitening and you smile and you look in the mirror and you don't think, unless you have really bad, like yellow ass fucking teeth.
Mm-hmm.
But usually we look at our teeth and we don't think to ourselves they're stained or they're that bad, right? And when I look at someone, the first thing I usually pay attention to is their teeth. And so for me, I was just like, well, I brush my teeth, of course, like 2-3 times out of the day, right? And I'm thinking to myself, maybe they're just, they're not, I know fucking white, but I don't think they're like that bad. But so when I did it, Queen of the Mouth, shout out to her, Heather, did my teeth, and it was so crazy incredible, like the results. And actually,
how long did it take?
It took 2 sessions because I did the Hollywood. Which package did I do? I think I did the sensitive one because my teeth are sensitive. So I didn't want to like do the one that you just go all in. So I broke it down in 2 different sessions. So they're like 35 minutes and then a little break and then another 35 minutes.
Okay.
So it's not bad at all. And you go 2 times 2 as well. But I want to share the results, so I am going to share this right now.
Yeah, because I want to go get
so that
mine
y'all
done too.
can see
I'm
this,
curious.
because if you're looking to get your teeth done, I highly recommend Heather, and Adam's going to share this in a minute.
Was she set up at your brunch festival?
And she was. She
Okay,
was at the
okay.
brunch
Yes,
festival, so
Heather.
that's the results right there.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a huge difference.
That is a huge difference.
Okay,
I'm
I need to go get mine done.
I'm showing Nat
For
Boogie
sure,
right
I
here
need
in
to go get
person
mine
and
done.
Frank. But
Yeah, those look really, really good.
It is a huge difference.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna
now
holler at
that
her.
it's uploaded, and maybe Adam could share that real quick. But I'm talking about, I'm always nervous to see people do that, because you hear sometimes your teeth either they get burned or they do
I
something.
heard that they
like,
hurt after
yeah.
a lot. They're really sensitive.
Yeah, and absolutely amazing service and great results. So
Yeah, they look really good.
yeah, I really appreciate it. So if you're looking to get your teeth whitening, go over there.
I need to go get mine
And
done.
shout out to that whole store. They had their grand opening this past weekend too as well.
What store?
CBXLA Beauty Lounge. So they had their whole grand opening over there.
Whose store is that?
So that's she's part of it. So
Oh.
Heather with Queen of the Mouth is inside their lounge, and so they
Got
just
it.
had their grand opening. So that's where
Nice.
it's at. If anyone's looking to get the service here in San Antonio,
Oh, okay.
yeah, in the medical center area.
Oh, okay. I'm about
So,
to
yeah.
say, where's it located?
Yes,
Man,
yes, yes.
What a better place to have it, right?
I know, right?
I might
Yes.
medical center, right?
Medical center,
I might
yes.
need to go
You
get a
can't-
few things done then.
You can't go wrong with that. So Frank, you being on our show tonight, what's typically like? What do you do over the weekends?
Well, this past weekend I rested, that's for sure. But a typical weekend just consists of me going out on a Saturday. Usually Saturday morning is my early run. We get out 5:30 at the Pearl, so if anyone would like to join
Sheesh.
us, 5:30 a.m. at the Pearl on Saturday. 5:30 crew, shout out to them.
Sheesh.
And usually we're doing some high mileage, anywhere from 10 to 20 miles. Right after, on Sunday usually is my rest day, so I'll kick back with the fam. My kids are out of school, pretty much just take them out to the park or take them pretty much anywhere and everywhere. Any
Question:
last minute things.
Is Adelina your girl?
Yes, correct.
Okay,
Yes.
I was just because I know she don't love me and she don't love him, so she
Wifey.
commented on here, so
Yeah.
I figured she was your girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to the wife, Adelina, holding me
Hi,
down at
wifey.
the fort.
Hi,
with the
wifey.
kids. Yeah, but she's tuning in right now.
Aw.
But yeah, just my weekend usually that Friday is when I start to prepare. On Friday I'll do a run as well, and it used to consist of drinking, going out and stuff like that. But I changed my life for the better, I feel, and that's what I do now. I just kind of stay focused on my task at hand, which is running and ultra running. At that, that's the group that I'm in. That's the category I'm in as far as runners go. I'm an ultra runner. I like those long distances, those places. I like taking the body beyond where people think their limit is, and I enjoy it.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. What got you started in doing that?
So, well, I'll just give y'all the raw story. So, back in 2020, that's whenever, the pandemic happened. A lot of us got let go from our jobs, and I was one of them. And yeah, I was working, some long hours sometimes, and I was working heavily. So I was working like six days out of the week at times. And I was doing that for a couple years before 2020 happened. So I was doing that for about like 4 years. Afterwards, I didn't have anything to do. I was just sitting on my bed, sitting on the couch, not doing nothing, and just looking forward to every weekend, just drinking with the friends and stuff like that. And it wasn't until, you know, I went out to a friend's house and I saw my baby girls, you know, going around a table full of beer. There's beer on the floor, and I kind of had a realization that it's not the way I want my kids to be raised, you know? It's not something I want my kids to be living in, not living in, but like going out to a friend's house and looking forward to the weekend just to drink. So I was lost in my own head. I just got lost in my job. I was feeling these new feelings, and I started running, and I started quieting the noise a little bit. I'm a vet as well, so I like to say I think heavily, and I don't express myself a lot to other people, and that's something that a lot of people deal with. And I use running as my little, as a run to calm the noise. Like,
I dig that.
just something just to kind of use as a crutch to think my thoughts in a peaceful place without having to, you know, get angry or get sad or anything like that. I use that as a way to, you know, use that energy mentally to express a physical energy.
So it kind of replaced what like drinking and alcohol maybe was helping you.
Yeah, heavily.
Yeah,
heavily.
I like that.
And there's a lot of people that deal with it. A lot of people look forward to every weekend drinking and stuff like that. And I get it. It's because that's your vice at the moment. But there's a lot of other vices that you can choose out there that will help you out a lot.
I dig that. I was one of those people, I will admit. I know you were too at one time.
Yeah. But it's crazy what you can do whenever like you actually like, you know, come to a realization of it, and then you start like focusing that energy on something else, and you start creating something like where we're at today, you know. And that's what a lot of people I feel need to do. And that's what this life's all about, is showing people the way on how to, you know, get their energy and use it not on bad choices, but create good choices out of it.
Yeah.
I like that. Give me something people can relate to for sure.
Yes, especially the raw stories. We like those, you know, because they're coming from the heart.
Absolutely.
So one of the biggest things that I think running does is not only just for your body and your health, but your state of mind. It goes to different channels, because when you run for a long period of time, you have to keep yourself mentally aware of each step, each distance that you're going, because your body will shut down. But when your mind is focusing on something that's pushing you, then it controls your body to go further. So for you to do these long distance, it's really helpful to your mind. And especially if you have a routine to where you know what you're thinking of as well. Because for me, I like running every day pretty much, you know, but I do short runs. I do like 1 or 2 or 3 miles at the most. But Sundays, I like running at least 3 miles minimum. And for me, I know I have a way of thinking. You know, the first mile, I'm thinking and talking to my mother, God bless her soul. And then like the second mile, I'm thinking about my family and loved ones and friends. And then the third mile, I'm thinking about business and what I need to do to get, you know, to the next, you know, level. So that's how I process my way of running. But it really makes you, and when you're thinking about so much, you forget that you actually ran 3 miles, because you're training your mind to go each distance. And then when you get to that final, you know, destination, you're just like, oh wow, I just did 3 miles. Okay, cool.
I'm going to have to try that because I suck at running.
Yeah.
I start running I honestly don't run much. I'm like an elliptical person or something else if I'm doing cardio. So I don't really run much, but I suck at running. But I'm going to try that. It's more of a mental thing, it seems,
more
like what
mental.
you're thinking about.
It really is.
Okay.
And if you have bad knees or a bad back, you know,
all of the above.
I know that the elliptical is good for you because it takes the pressure off your knees and everything. Or even like, you know, running, if you can't run or jog on the streets or on a treadmill, you know, you can easily incline that treadmill and go on and just do it at a slow pace, and that'll take the pressure off your knees too as well. But any type of cardio, just keeping you moved, if you start training your thought process of what you're going to be thinking of, you'll see the distance. And you can start slowly. You don't have to jump right all in, and you don't have to go like really fast. Because sometimes when I started getting into jogging, I started at like, you know, like a how do you say it? Walking fast, basically, you know. And then I started taking like baby steps.
Power walking.
Power walking. There you go. Power walking, and then power jogging, if you want to call it that. I don't really know. But like
Power jogging, isn't that running?
I don't know. No, because running is running. You know, like when you run full speed, you run full speed. But like on a steady pace. Like I just jogging like steadily and not going too hard. And then I realized, okay, now I go a little bit harder and stuff like that. So.
But it's the progression, that's like the biggest thing though. That's like everyone's so afraid to just take that first step, and I get that. But when you start going from a walk to like a jog to a power jog to now you're running and then now you're completing 3 miles, that's where a lot of it comes from. That's why I feel a lot of people need to like, maybe it's not running, maybe it's in academics or maybe it's in powerlifting or lifting. But wherever you find, your vice to like just grab onto where you're not good at it, and then you start progressively being better, like that's what it's all about. Like it doesn't have to be about running; it could be about anything that you apply yourself to, and that's what I love about so much about everything in general is because everyone has a baseline. You can hit that baseline, and then you could take it how far as you want to go. If a lot of people, they get really passionate about something and then they take it to the extreme. And, some people, it is what it is. And some people just don't find that, passion for what they're doing. And, it doesn't go nowhere. But for the people who do find something that you enjoy, take that as far as you can get it. Don't just settle for what everyone else is settling for. Go out there, take it, and grab it because it's yours. It's yours to have. But it's not going to be given to you. You have to work for it. And that baseline, whenever you start off there, man, that is a beautiful place to be because you're starting at ground zero just like everybody else.
Yeah, I like that too. And part of that to add on to it is I think a lot of people are talking about, I've been thinking about doing that. I've been thinking about doing that. It's like, well, do it. We'll stop thinking and actually put the plan into motion. Get out there and do it. What kind of advice would you give to someone that does want to maybe start, running or, marathons or whatever the case might be? Is there somewhere that you kind of started to help you like get started into that? Or are there specific workouts you do? Is there a specific diet? Is there
How did you get started?
like mental exercises? Like, is there something that you did to help you get started and into it?
I guess I've always kind of like I've always enjoyed running, and the reason behind that is because my mom used to take me to Hardendale High School, and they have a track there, and that's where my mom would pretty much take me every time because she was trying to lose weight at the time, and she was always trying to keep fit, so she would always do rounds at the track, and I kind of did that, and then I kind of strayed away from running for a little bit throughout my high school because I was in elementary and middle school. And I've always had that baseline where I've always been like, an active runner. I played some sports and stuff like that, but when I went into the Marine Corps, I kind of tapped back into the running phase of everything. The only reason being because, they're my unit that I was in, they're running freaks. Like they were just wanted to run all day, every day. And I kind of like that kind of built up my pillars. And then afterwards, I did no running because I told myself, once I get out of the military, I ain't doing no running whatsoever. I'm done with running. I'm done working out. You won't catch me lifting nothing. You won't catch me running nowhere. And it all changed in 2020 whenever I lost everything. And then I kind of like got in my own mental space. And I was like, man, I got to do something to express this energy. And 2020, I started picking up running. And at first, it was simple mileage, like 1, 2, just getting myself out there. And then before you know it, within a month, I did my first 10-miler.
Oh, nice.
And then I was just doing that for a little while, and then I signed up for my first 50-miler because I saw it on TV and I thought it was cool. And I was like, man, if that person could do it, I could do it,
So you're running like nonstop?
Nonstop, yeah. So
for 50 miles?
For 50 miles, yeah. And the 100 as
So
well.
did you do the nonstop for the 100?
Yeah, it's nonstop.
What the fuck? How long did that take?
So it took me 24 hours, 16 minutes to reach 100 miles.
Hold on, you ran for 24 hours straight?
24 hours straight, yeah.
You don't have to like go to the restroom or anything?
Yeah.
I'm just curious how this works.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, you go to the restroom, but the thing is, like, you prepare yourself the night before. You try to release as much as you can the night before. You're not really taking in too much solid foods the day of. So as you're running, your digestive system kind of shrinks and it kind of like compacts itself and it hides itself away. So it's really hard for you to digest stuff. So you gotta like make sure you're not eating like meats or nothing like that. So what you do is you just pretty much grab non-solid foods like juices, like stuff like avocado sandwiches, peanut butter jelly sandwiches, stuff that's easily dissolvable, and then that's what you're getting your nutrients out of. But I mean, for all those, I know that a lot of people out there that want to know. I pooped one time during the 24 hours. It was one time.
So do you have restrooms? You just pull over and do what you got to do and then go?
Yeah. So actually, at Eisenhower Park. So I started at the Alamo.
Okay.
And then I went all the way around the city, and I ended up at the Eisenhower Park, and that's where I was like cramping. It was 37 miles in. I was cramping. My hips were locking up. My legs were locking up. And then I just told myself, all right, before I get out there again, because I got to keep on going, I need a release. So I went to the restroom, man. After that, I felt like $1 million, man. I'm telling you, like,
ready.
I went out there.
I thought you were about to say that you shit on yourself and you just kept on running. I was like, oh shit. I was like, so that you didn't stop completely.
Yeah, there's people that do. There's people that
no.
do,
I mean, like,
seriously, like they take it that serious that they won't pull over or stop and.
Because there's some people in the running community that, like, you know, they take their time serious.
Yeah.
Like, me personally, I don't care about no time. I could care less about it. To me, it's all about finishing.
Yeah.
Like, mentally, I'm finishing. I'm gonna finish. I don't care what time it takes. How much time it takes. I'm gonna finish. But there's some people that are really like.
Well, not only that,
worried
but
about the time, and they'll do whatever.
I'm
it
pretty
takes.
sure there's like what's
fuck?
it called that record book or whatever. Guinness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like people want to be in there, so they're gonna take it serious to where 100 miles nonstop.
But they're shit.
Shit
So
on
like they're
themselves
running and there's like poop falling behind them. They have trail of poop behind them.
You never know.
I've never seen it, but I have heard.
Or they could put
they were like a diaper.
Diaper, you never know.
And you're running with that the whole time.
You never know. That's what I'm assuming. Like, I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked at that far, but still.
But also,
because when you asked him if he needed to pee, like I'm just like, well,
I'm curious.
I'm glad you said it because I was like, wait, did you pee on yourself or no? Okay, you took a break and then got right back on track.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fortunately, there's porta potties in every park that I hit.
So within the hut, and actually, you know what? Before we get into this, let's take a quick break. If you have any questions too, because we're gonna get into the story on why he did 100 miles and what was the cause behind it, because it was actually shared with several different news outlets here in San Antonio. So don't go anywhere. We're gonna take a quick break. Tag your Monday Night Squad. We'll be right back with you guys.
Yeah, tonight we on one. Yeah, tonight we on one.
Hey, Mike Spence, go crazy.
Yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, I ain't tryna hear no advice, I'm sipping. Yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, I don't usually smoke like this, but I'm mixing. Yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, she said she love a bad boy, I give a D like a piston. Yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, cause my attitude right now say fuck how you feeling. Yeah, tonight we on one. Got me caught up in the moment, and now you ain't my friend, you a motherfucking rodent. Young king born from the omnipotent. Why you think my power keep growing, never slowing, always going? Rise above my opponents. It's crazy when you think my whole expression is an exponent. Cause when it's real you can't clone it, and even if they tried you could tell when it's bogus. Yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, I ain't tryna hear no advice, I'm sipping. Yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, I don't usually smoke like this, but I'm mixing. Yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, she said she love a bad boy, I give a D like a piston. Yeah, tonight we on one. Ayy, cause my attitude right now say fuck how you feeling. Yeah, tonight we on one. Chale, por el lado, mamacita en mi lado con unos.
And we are back. We appreciate the love and support. We have special guest Frank Vasquez, the 100-mile man.
I want to give a couple shout outs because he has some people tuning in for him, and I want to shout them out. Shout out to Chuco, I believe is how you pronounce it. He said he's really proud of you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
He said he's tuning in from the south side.
The south side, baby. The south side.
Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Stephanie. I think I shouted her out earlier, but she's still tuning in and interacting, so I appreciate you. Shout out to Nessa and Andrew. He said, good job, bud, on the trip.
Thank you.
So your story has been shared, and a shout out to AJ because AJ had recently reached out to us and shared your story about you as well. And you know, what was inspiring was the reason why you did the 100 miles. And for the viewers and for everyone, get into like the inspiration behind the 100 miles.
Okay. I'll start from the beginning just so I don't lose anybody. So last year, this time, April 28th, or this past weekend, there I did the 50 miler up in Reville Park, Marble Falls, and I went through something so spiritual. Like it was amazing. It was great. It was one of the best feelings I've ever felt in my life. Even though there was a lot of pain involved with it, I had one of the best experiences of my life out there, and it was very spiritual. And something that I loved about it was that, you know, you realize whenever you're out there that life is much bigger than yourself. Like you as one person do not, I'm sorry to say, a lot of people are going to hate to hear this, but you do not matter. But whenever you can help and affect others and your aura and your presence is felt amongst them others, that's when you begin to become somebody. Like for instance, for you guys, y'all's touched so many lives because y'all constantly have people on here. You have a lot of people gravitating towards you guys, and it's because you guys are in the art of giving, right? And that's why, you know, people follow you guys. That's why you guys have what you have right now. And the same thing goes for anything that you do. It doesn't matter if it's just running or anything else. You have to find your purpose and what you want to do and what you want to give back to. So I had that. I had that little awakening where I knew I was gonna do 100 miles. I knew it. The second I completed 52.4, in the back of my head, I wanted to do 100 miles, and I was planning on doing it in another city, other state. However, I started going a little bit more into it, and I realized that, you know, San Antonio has never had anybody who ran 100 miles throughout the entire city. And then it became one of those things where it's like, well, I don't want to run this 100 miles for myself, because that's something like so selfish for someone to do because of how much like media attention it was going to get, because it's historical. It's something that, you know, something that's never been done in the city of San Antonio. People from San Antonio have run 100 miles somewhere else, yes, but I was the first one to run it around the entire city, utilizing the greenway system and utilizing everything that San Antonio gave me.
Congrats.
And I started looking for a charity to give back to, because previously, prior to my 50 miler, there's a gentleman by the name of Pato Alatorre out of Houston, H-Town, and he did something very remarkable where he did a run and he gave back to a charity of his choice. And with the awareness that he was bringing in, he was able to get the raise over like $5,000 for that charity. And that's something that just spoke to me like right away, where I was like, I got to do this for something or somebody. So I started asking around. I started calling these nonprofits all over the city of San Antonio. And then I got hold of Autism Community Network, and I let them know, hey, I plan on running 100 miles around the city of San Antonio. I'm gonna be the first one ever to do it. I need a nonprofit that if you guys would like to, you know, take part in this activity with me, take part of this journey with me, I want to raise as much money as I can for you guys, and then all the donations and proceeds do not go to me, because I'm gonna take care of the whole running part, and all the donations will go straight back to you guys. Well, the second I called her and I let her know what I wanted to do, I maybe talked for about a minute, and the rest of the 58 minutes of the hour-long conversation was she was telling me the reasons why I needed to do it for autism. And I'm a skeptic, so I got to make sure I verify everything. And sure enough, I started telling my friends about it. I started telling my friends at work. I started telling my friends that I knew on a personal level. I started reaching out to some family, and I started finding out that there's a lot of people in the San Antonio area that have kids or have friends with kids, or who has an aunt or a tia that has a kid, or who has a nephew or niece, a brother, sister who has autism. And
my nephew has autism.
You see? And it's every time I had a conversation, do you know anyone with autism? Somebody knows somebody who has autism. So I started doing my research, and then sure enough, I found out that in the past 20 years, research has been getting a lot better, and they've been able to, you know, kind of like a census, take grab how many people have autism or on the spectrum in a certain area, and it turns out that 2021, the CDC in 2021 of December, so this past year, 5 months ago, they released their new data showing that 1 in every 54 children has autism or is on the autism spectrum. 5 years ago, it was 1 in every 124 or 134, I believe.
Damn.
And so that was one of the things where I was like, okay, so this is real. It's big. And let me ask this question, because it was something that got brought to. It was something that I see is that a lot of people think that it's a behavioral problem. Well, when I went to go ask these questions to the Autism Community Network, they gave me all the data and backed up all their data with facts. And it was something where I just knew that we were a perfect match, because there's so many parallels when it comes to these families fighting hard battles, and these families going through the financial stress, the stress of like finding medication for the children, the stress of families getting the supplies and getting the support that they need. It's stressful for these families. And running is hard, but the stress that those families have to go through of not even knowing, choosing between food and a pill, that's stress right there. That's real stress. I can get over my pain in about a week, but those families, they got to live with that for however long, and that's something that I felt like was just so ingrained in me when I was little, was that for me to always give back to the people that are less fortunate. And I found my peace knowing that I was going to do this run, and it was going to be for a great cause. It was going to be for autism, because as of now, there's still very few people that speak out for autism. There's not a voice behind autism. It's pretty much a lot of families going out and trying to grab as many resources as they can. There is no voice for anybody, for kids with autism. And if I have to be that voice, then that's fine. I will take the responsibility, because I know I'm built for it. And those families need someone to hear them out. They need someone to hear them, and they need someone to speak out for them. Because one person's not going to get it done. You need one person with a voice and a ton of support behind that person. And I'm glad I have the backs of the autism community behind me.
That's awesome. That's very cool.
That is.
So, because I was trying to Google it a little bit earlier, I knew a little bit about autism, but it's more like a development, like I forgot what it's called.
Like a
condition, I guess, something like that, right? Like they have issues with I guess some of it's behavioral, but it's not a behavioral issue.
It depends on what it is.
But it can be like learning and stuff like that, communicating,
learning,
yeah,
sound, noise, reactions. I mean, but a lot of our autistic kids are really smart.
Very smart,
very smart,
very smart, and like very artistic too, in a way.
Yes.
I've seen, and I know some friends that have autistic kids, and I just, you're right, like nobody, like there's not really support out there. There's not much out there, especially in San Antonio, that like for people to learn about it and be able to help out.
Yeah, we have a few nonprofit organizations here in San Antonio that touch like autistic kids, but they also touch different things with it. So I'm not sure there's like really, I mean, I'm pretty confident there probably is a chapter here with, for example, the one that you were partnering up with,
Autism Community Network.
Yeah, so I mean, they focus primarily on just autistic kids, right?
Correct. So they
is there an
focus
age? Is there an age that they do it, or is it just like just kids, or they do all ages, or?
So they would love to take in all kids on the spectrum, regardless, right? But the thing is, like, they're so limited on funding. The thing is, they run on grants that come out quarterly. And just to give you an idea, for January through the first quarter, January through March, they only got a grant for $15,000. So that limits them right off the bat.
Yes.
And then everything else is based off corporate donations, whatever they raise themselves.
Yes.
And so 15,000, man, in 3 months. I know people who are single guys that blow 15,000 in 3 months. You know, that ain't nothing. Imagine running a corporation, or imagine running a whole team with that. You know, especially a team with doctors and therapists and people who are licensed to do this stuff. Like, it's very difficult, especially on a state and federal level, when they're not getting as much funding as they should. Like, man, it impairs them right off the bat.
Yes.
So with them, what they're able to do is they're able to catch it early, because the earlier you catch it, the better off you are in the future of developing them to be better. But their age range is from about 2 years old to 9.
Okay.
And then after that, they would have to go find resources somewhere else. But we're trying to change that. I'm trying to make sure that, you know, in the future we can raise enough funds, or, you know, get this out to the federal and state, that, you know, that we need those resources. And there's people that are affected between the ages of 9 and 18, even going as far as to say that there's kids that are 28 who have autism that are still dealing with the daily struggles of going out and, you know, and going out into society and being a
Just
worker,
living a normal life. Yeah.
living a normal life and stuff. And it's just, it's crazy when you think how long this has been going on and no one's really done anything about it. And that's why I told myself, if not me, then who? And I don't mean that like, you know, it's a selfish way. I mean that as in, if I don't do this right now, 10 years down the line, there's going to be somebody, but now we're going to be 10 years down the line. Now we have to backtrack 10 years. And so it's like, why not? Why not get the conversation started now? Why not? You know? And that's what I'm all about. I'm about, like, you know, making sure that people know that it's here. People know that it's not a behavioral issue. So whenever you see a kid acting up at the grocery store or whatever, don't look at that family funny. One, it's not your kid. And two, you don't know what that family is going through. You don't know if they have autism or another disorder. And, you know, just making people more accustomed to the word autism. Because there's still a lot of families out there that don't want to talk about it.
Well, yeah, they don't want to talk about it because there's pride. You know, there's a lot of parents that they grew up normal, and I'm not saying that these autistic kids aren't normal, but the pride in them is like, you don't want to say my kid has autistic, you know, because everyone else around you was in a way, in a sense, normal. So like for my brother and his wife, it took them a long time to accept the fact that their son was autistic, because his 2 other girls were perfectly fine. So it took a while, and I get it, because you want to have a healthy baby, and you want to make sure that you can provide for them, and they can be able to speak to you and share things and moments. But then now, when you're having a baby that is taking a little bit longer to process certain things, now you realize and appreciate the small victories. He said dad at the age of 5, or he did this on his own. You don't understand how big that is. Like, those little victories are so dearing to these parents, and I see it and I'm just like, wow, it's amazing. And going back on the nonprofit organizations, we do have a nonprofit here in town called Kinetic Kids, and this was, I want to say, 7 years ago that we did an event with them, and they specialize in autistic, but then also kids that are handicapped, I believe, special needs, and they have like some type of correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows about this a nonprofit organization, but they have different activities like playing baseball and soccer and basketball and stuff like that they do for all these kids. But because of what we do, as myself, what I do with the night industry, like with Desire and 1902, Hotel Discoteca, all the clubs from the past and now, I thought it would be cool to, and shout out to Hetty from Social House when he had Social House at that moment. I thought it would be cool to get all these kids together to give them a daytime VIP experience.
Aww,
so we
that's cute.
So we picked up kids in my party bus, let them walk the red carpets, take pictures, give them their VIP sections, and they were popping like, fruit punch and stuff like
That's
that.
so cute.
Champagne. Had a DJ that donated his time to be there, and the parents loved it. They were like playing music, you know, in their VIP. We had the people giving them bottles, and we just made it fun for them, and it was different. Shout out to John. He had BurgerFi at the moment. He sponsored it with all the burgers and stuff for the kids. It was just a really
That's
great
so
event.
cute. Were they taking little
And
shots with
yeah,
their fruit
yeah,
punch?
you know, it was just
That's so cute.
great because I always like thinking outside the box, and I thought that was a great concept. And if you're doing this, you know, with the organization, maybe we can revisit that and
I
do
was
that
like, guess who
again.
still has party
Man, dude, no, 'cause
buses?
that's a
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
I'm pretty good at great ideas.
Because the thing is, like, I think that just more needs to be done. Like, we just have to, like, we have to have.
It just takes a whole team. It takes a community, a team, a vision, and it just takes consistency. It really is. You know, we could bring awareness on anything and everything. It's just a matter of you just have to approach it onto people, talk about it, and then just get started. You know.
Yeah.
So for what you're doing, it's amazing because now you're gonna be so close and dear to this. And then now you're going to help them reach certain goals that maybe they couldn't have done. And now you're going to bring that to a light because you got to think about it. You just did the run and you were already shared with different outlets, you know? And so now people are going to start talking about it more.
Exactly. Exactly.
And you're going to do something to touch their lives, and they're going to remember it for the rest of theirs. Aww, that's so cute. I did have a question, though, because I'm just curious how it works. So when you're running and you pick a charity for donations, how does the donation aspect of everything work? Like,
how
is
much
there
did you
like
raise in
yeah
that?
how much did you raise, and like how do people donate just for like for the next time, so we know, like, is there like a website you go to,
GoFundMe
or
account,
like how does
GoFundMe
that
account?
work?
All right. So shout out to Autism Community Network because they helped me out full scale with this. So just to give y'all background, I was searching for a very long time for a charity that fit my beliefs and it spoke to me because I'm a full believer in it, like, you know, making that stuff speak for your soul know what it wants, you know. And when your soul hears the right words and your soul knows someone needs it, that's how you're able to, you know, pair the two. So shout out to Autism Community Network for one. As soon as they heard my idea, they took it and they're like, hey, we're gonna do a lot of the legwork for you. I found out that I was going to be donating all of the proceeds to them in December, and that's whenever I had made the final call to them. Hey, I want to partner up with you guys. And in the we'll say 5 months because we're coming into May now. In the 5 months that we did as much reaching out to everybody, family, friends, corporations, things like that. With everything, all in all, in 4 months, we were able to raise $4,600.
Oh wow,
wow.
nice.
Yeah. Amazing.
That's
Congratulations.
awesome.
Yes.
And they actually set up the whole website for me.
Okay, so it's a website.
One of the biggest things is that I told them was I don't want to be in any part of the donations. Like, I want all that to go straight to you guys. I don't even want to see it. I don't want to touch it because I don't want that coming back on me in the future, you know, things like that. So they set up the whole website for me. They were able to set up the website. They were able to show what I was going to be doing. And then there was different levels and different tiers of people that can donate to you.
Okay.
Cool. Well, they're in control of everything. It's off of their land, and all the donations, whenever they get put into that fund, they're able to see it, and I have like no control over like what how much they've raised or anything. They just pretty much gave me weekly updates, like, hey, you're here. Hey, you're here now. Hey, you're here. Until the day, and maybe about I didn't really ask about the donations at all until like the last couple weeks. And then I found out how much like we had raised, and I was like, "Holy crap! Like, that is so cool."
So it's just like a website, and you were just like sharing your link or something with people?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they made the website, and it was off of their same. It was off of their website. You could go to their website and click on it, and then that's how all the funds were processed.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
And
it
that
was
was
cool.
your first time doing the 100-mile one, you said, right?
Yeah, that was the
Okay.
first time I did the 100 miles, and man, it was have flashbacks.
What was the recovery like on that?
I'll tell you what. So the 50 mile had a worse recovery than this 100 mile,
What?
but I went to a darker place with this 100 mile. And what I mean by that is like physically, the 50 miler took a bigger toll out of me. But mentally, the 100 mile took a lot out of me. Like I felt emotionally and mentally drained.
I bet.
I even to right now, I don't have any emotion towards anything. I feel like my emotion got kind of ripped from me in a sense. Of course I could feel, but my emotions are kind of stripped.
You just ran a few days ago, right?
Yeah,
Or-
so 8 days ago
Okay.
I finished. I was in and out of sleep for 72 hours.
Afterwards.
Yeah, I think out of 72 hours, I probably maybe woke up for maybe about like 8 hours
Damn.
total. I'll wake up, do something real quick, and then go back to sleep. And then I was able to walk like without any pain as of like yesterday.
I'd been limping the whole time.
Yeah, but the pain portion, like I said, was not that bad. It was more the mental and the emotional thing that kind of got me for this run.
Hey.
And how was the reaction from the Autism network?
So the autism community is great. So Autism Community Network, they're like they're the nonprofit, right? But the autism community in general here in San Antonio is really amazing. I was getting kudos from people I've never met before who have kids that have autism, and it was just one of those things where it's like I know who I'm fighting for because they were reaching out saying like, thank you, no one has ever done this before. Where they cared so much about doing something for us. Not even the smallest things, like they don't receive that. They don't they don't get talked about a lot. They kind of get put on the back burner. And it was good to see how many messages came in and filled in my inbox with like thank yous. My kid has autism. Thank you, my niece has autism. Thank you for what
that's
you're
so
doing.
cute. I love that.
This person has autism. And it was really powerful because I didn't get those messages a lot as I was building up to the race. It was like the 3 days before when I was just getting flooded with messages. I'm like, thank you. This means so much to me and my family because we deal with this.
No, that's amazing. And I think and maybe in the near future, hopefully that they invite you to be part of the board, and that will be a game changer for you as well, because now that you're doing so much in so little time and bringing awareness, and that's the whole ultimate goal here, is to bring awareness. And if you're having being interviewed and on podcasts and everything, hopefully that relationship still builds, or you just go to the next run for the next nonprofit and still continue to do what you're doing, but tying them into nonprofit organizations.
Yeah.
But if you feel so close to this one, I would think that they would invite you and say, hey, you know what, be part of the board and stuff like that. And then you just continuously doing different things.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have another run coming up that you're going to start training for soon, or not yet? You're still recovering?
No.
Is it not till next year?
So for sure I'm gonna be doing it next year, for sure. Like I made that promise to myself before the event, so I will be doing it next year. Now the thing is like I don't know if I'll be running in it yet. I'm unsure of that. I'll do some miles for sure, but to go that 100-mile distance, it requires a lot of logistics, and it requires a lot of people to be at the right place at the right time. And there was a lot of things that didn't go as planned. I know it looked like smooth for the people that followed along. It looked smooth, but it was a lot of logistics weren't played out.
But the thing is that that's a good thing, because when you do these events, and you if you make it into an annual thing, you're always gonna learn. So you're gonna learn like, okay, my 10 a.m. person to give me water needed to be there on time. I can't count on you right now because
That happened.
you know what I mean.
That
For real?
happened. Dude, that happened.
Like so,
that's
so
funny you
no,
mentioned that.
no, because I'm thinking about the logistics. I
Yeah.
mean, comes part of the the territory, but you do need to have everyone set up the right way. And if they're not, then it's crucial because that 1 second will delay certain things.
Exactly.
So you having the logistics down in each step and each person reliable and say, hey, you're part of it, because it does take a team in order for you to accomplish something big.
Yeah.
And looking at the picture, I mean, like seeing like people cheering you on with, I'm assuming from the final, seconds of you doing it, that takes a team effort, and if the community sees it, or volunteers, 'cause I like working with volunteers or volunteer people, because I feel like volunteer people, you could count on them. As I hate to say it, but family and friends sometimes suck at it. Because I had that experience
weird,
with
right?
the brunch festival. I had people that last minute, oh, I can't help you because of this. I'm like, did you really? Don't call me. Like,
Did you want to help
the
in
day,
the first place?
the day of, like, don't call me. And I declined most volunteers, and I'm just like, never again. I'm just gonna get those volunteer people because they want to help. They want to be part of
They
what
wanna
you're
put it
doing.
on their resume.
Yes, they do want to put it on the resume.
Yeah.
So right now, if you want to volunteer to help Frank on his next journey, slide in his DMs.
Hey, because I'll tell y'all what. Look, if I did that in 4 months, imagine what I can do in 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big next year. I could already envision it. I already kind of have some of the plans. I have a couple ideas, but you already know. Like, whenever you get the idea and you're able to focus in on the idea, there's so much more that comes behind it. And, just comes from everywhere.
It does. It's amazing to see what you're doing. Thank you for serving our country too, as well.
Yes, thank you.
That's a big thing. And just keep on running. Really, that's what it is. Train your body. And as you get older, hopefully it doesn't put too much wear and tear on you, and especially with the knees.
Yeah.
So
But man, that's what it's all like. I plan on doing some big runs coming up in the near future.
or do it to where maybe do 150 miles, but then you do 25 miles and you pass it to the next person to do 25 miles, and then the next person to do 25 miles.
Yeah.
Like all in one, that would be pretty dope.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, shoot, anything's possible right now.
Because then
like
now
in
you'd be
12
like,
months,
hell
so,
yeah, I don't need to do no 150. I got
Oh, that's
I got a
crazy.
team.
I can't even
Yeah.
imagine.
Mhm.
I
Well,
can't
you think
imagine
that's
that.
crazy. I'm planning on doing like a
100.
200-mile run.
yeah,
I
that's
couldn't
crazy.
do it.
That's my dream race. So my dream race
I
is
would
going
pass
on right
out.
now, actually.
Oh, really?
So the Cocodona 250, it's 250-mile race, point to point, and it's happening in Arizona right now.
How does that work?
So you hit up like all these old towns like in Arizona, North Arizona, above like Phoenix,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just going through like the mountains, and you just go from point to point. So you'll start off here in Phoenix, and then you'll end up here by like Flagstaff,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 250
That has to
miles
be
through the
hard as
mountains.
fuck with
Well, the
elevation, and isn't it like the desert?
Yeah, so they're going through like extreme heat, extreme cold, day and night. The fastest
Fire
time,
waiver sign.
yeah, for sure. The fastest time is 3 days. So 3 days to complete 200.
Who's that motivational
Props to all y'all
speaker
that do that,
he
because I
runs all the time?
cannot.
David Goggins.
Yeah, there you go. He probably done it.
I did
He
his.
probably done it.
I did his
Knowing him, he
challenge.
he's a beast.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
I don't know who that
You do
is.
know who it is if you see his picture
You
and
see
stuff like
him,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know who it is. I didn't know his name until until recently, because I listened to him a lot, and he talks about the mindset when you're running. He's like, one of his videos that he shares, and maybe we'll share it, down the line, maybe next Monday, or just a clip of it. But in one of his videos, he's running in rain, and he's talking about how his friend was gonna go with him running, and then he's like, oh, well, it's raining, so I'm not gonna run. He's like, well, you don't have to run, but I'm still gonna fucking run. He's like, I'm out here, and he's talking about he's running in the rain, and he's like, you sleep, man. He's like, I'm gonna still do it. It's all about the mind and blah blah blah. But he's a really good speaker, so yeah, that's what it reminds me. So he has his own run. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He
Or
has his own
challenge?
yeah.
Okay.
I doubled his challenge. I did his challenge last year, and I still felt like I had some gas in the tank, and I doubled his challenge a month before this run. So I ran 96 miles in 48 hours. a month before I did the 100 miles.
Oh wow.
Wait, so what's the challenge?
The challenge is to run 8 miles every 4 hours 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. So 4 miles every 4 hours.
Sheesh.
For 48 hours. I did his challenge, but I doubled it. I did 8 miles every 4 hours for 48
Damn.
So you run 8 miles, you'll get it done in 2 hours. You have 2 hours of rest, and then the 4th hour comes, and you got to do it all over again.
Damn.
Yeah, and that was a good one. I like that one.
Nice. Well, enough running for me. I can't do it. Oh, hey.
That's
That's
it.
David Goggins.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, David. Never seen him before, but he's cute.
Yeah,
He's a
wait till
big
you see
boy.
his feet.
Oh, I don't know if I want to now.
Dang.
I didn't even think about that.
Know
Wow.
what that means. Anyways, so do you? It's Mother's Day and there's a fight this weekend.
Yes.
So I was just gonna shout them out really quick.
Yes.
Canelo fights on Saturday apparently.
Shout
I
out
don't know
Canelo.
if anyone's watching it anywhere. Only place I know that's doing a watch party is Bruise Brothers because I saw they posted a flyer on my post earlier. I don't know if anyone else is doing a watch party. I'm sure a lot of places are, but Canelo is fighting this weekend and Sunday's Mother's Day.
Yes. So,
So-
if you have your mothers alive, make sure to do something special. Shout out to all the incredible moms out there, single moms, moms that are just doing what they need to do to be the best and to raise their kids. Happy early Mother's Day to all the mothers that have pets too, as well.
And fur babies.
Fur babies. There you go. Fur babies. But this, man, you know what? Mother's Day is always like, it's always touchy just because losing my mom. But, I love knowing that I have my grandma still here. So I'm going to do something very
Better
special with my
spoil her.
grandma. And then also do something for Melinda for Mother's Day as well. And
Aw.
who are you going for the fight on Canelo?
I don't even know. I don't even remember who the other guy is. So go Canelo.
Beevil.
Who?
Beevil.
Is he good? Is he a big name? I'm not
I
gonna.
mean, he's in a different.
I don't
weight
know who he
class.
is. Really?
Yeah,
Heavier?
Canelo's going up a weight class for this fight.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But Canelo all the way, man. You can't lose with that guy. When you're rooting for that guy, you can't
Yeah.
lose, man.
Yeah, Canelo.
Yeah.
I'm going to Canelo too.
I like Canelo a little bit, but I also think he's overrated too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I might kind of, But I mean, he's.
You say that, and
powerful.
then Canelo pops up in your face, and you're like, "Nah, I never said that."
I be like,
I promise I never said that.
I said, like, where's Mayweather? Let me get Mayweather. The money team,
Do you have any plans this weekend?
This weekend, yeah, it's Mama's Day, the most beautiful mother of all, my wife.
Aww.
I'm gonna do something special for her, only because she's held down the fort for like so long, and like I kind of got a realization of that like this year.
Aw, that's cute.
Spending more time with my kids and stuff like that because of my situation, and yeah, I kind of have a newfound respect for her. I really do. It's kind of one of those things where you don't see how much work is put in until you step behind the kitchen and you're like, dang, that's what you go through.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll do something special for her, and then my mama, I'll do something special for her as well, but nothing too crazy. Stay in the city.
Nice, that's good.
Nice.
This weekend, if you have no plans, please come out to 1902 on Friday night, Hotel Discotheque on Saturday. It is prom this month too. We are in a new month of May. Let it. What's that? Memes. All those memes.
Just let it. Wait, no.
No.
What is it?
Gotta
is
be
it?
May.
It's
or-
gonna be May.
It's gonna be
That's
May.
what it is. I was thinking a whole different song. Whole different NSYNC song. It's gonna be May.
That's so crazy.
Justin
but
Timberlake voice.
Justin Timberlake voice, right? But yes, it's prom season still, so I do have a very flexible schedule. Very tight schedule. Sorry, very tight schedule on certain dates. So if you're looking to book a party bus, please make sure to text 210-677-5289. And again, if you're looking to celebrate any special occasions, birthdays this month, 1902 on Friday night, Hotel Discotheque on Saturday. Also, don't forget to check out Desire Nightclub Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays too, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to DJ Richie Rich. We saw him pop in here too. He's at Doc Brown's on Thursdays. He shows a lot of love to us. So if you like salsa And Latin music, DJ Richie Rich is the best in that department. And then what else do we have?
I just want to shout out Mzai because he did post his link here to watch the fight for free. Watch it www.amziahdigital.com. He does have his own little kind of streaming platform thing.
There
where
you
can
go.
watch all kinds of stuff. So if you were looking for something to replace, you know, if you're like me and you're using everyone else's fucking Netflix accounts and Hulu accounts, that's probably going to go away soon. So you may want to check him out and get all that stuff for, you know, your own access for yourself and pay for it yourself like I should be.
That is too funny. Go ahead and follow on social media, Late Nights with All Access on Instagram, Late Nights TV. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And also, please make sure to invite your friends to like and follow us here on Facebook. My personal account, official MikeAnthony.Torres on Instagram, MikeAnthony.Torres on Facebook. Those are the only two platforms that I have, so I appreciate it.
Big shout out to AJ. He said, thanks for having Frank on this show.
Of course.
Thank you, AJ. Thank you, AJ.
And thank you for being on the show. We appreciate it.
Yes, an inspiring story,
Yes.
and keep on doing that.
Doing some great stuff. I would love,
Yes.
you know, if there is some kind of event or something that happens in the future to be a part of it, let me know.
Yes.
Let me know. I would love to.
Thank you.
Social media?
Social media, right_now_MT. That's my Instagram, and Frank Vasquez on Facebook. Those are my only two social accounts as well. And if anyone would like to run, beginners and experienced, doesn't matter. We help out all runners, one foot in front of the other, and run inspired. Those are our mantras, and you guys can get it in. Y'all can get it in. They're free run groups that happen every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And Friday as well. Some of those run groups include Downtown Run Group, In the Loop Run Crew, Bear Run Crew, 530 Crew. You also have a lot of these others that are on the Instagram as well. And you can find them all on my page right now, MT. I try to post as much as I can to get as many people out there as possible, because all we breed is positivity. So if you like being around nothing but positive people and you want people to believe in you on whatever your next dream or endeavor is, we got your back. We'll help you get there, because all things are possible when you believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, anything is achievable.
I love that.
Yes.
Oh, also motivational. I feel like I'm going to go home and write down some goals for my life. AJ, before we go, I guess I have to ask this. How did you and AJ meet?
LOL.
No. So we, man, AJ's been a great friend of mine ever since high school. He was an upperclassman, so he was older than me. But his energy, y'all feel it already. I mean, shit. He was so much more positive. Like, his aura is just something that you just gravitate to. And it's hard not to be that guy's friend, man. I mean, shit, like, the guy's fucking awesome, But yeah, I had got injured one time, and he actually gave me a ride from home. I mean, to home. Yeah, and I that wasn't the first time we met. We had met previously to that, and we were always like, conversating and stuff, and always had good, positive conversations with him. And then, that incident happened, and we just kind of grew closer. And then as I went and did my own thing in the Marine Corps and stuff, we grew apart. But hey, look at that. All the stars aligned. We ended up back friends together again and stuff, man.
That's a great AJ,
cute.
you being so sweet, AJ.
Look at you, AJ.
And thank you, AJ. That's one of the things that I love about him, because, like, whenever he sees it and he knows. Like, he doesn't pay attention to the noise. He knows how to separate a fake from a real, and I can't thank him enough for that, because that's one of the things that I pride myself on, is like knowing who is who, and knowing if they're bullshitting or not, and being around those people in your life and setting yourself around those people and being at that table. Man, you're never gonna lose, man. You never lose. You'll never lose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that. What is my Facebook. I was like, what is my social media?
Oh wait, before you share your info, please make sure to go get your early bird tickets. They just increased. We sold over
Brunch
2,000
Festival.
on tickets already with pre-sales.
Already?
Over 2,000,
Oh,
which
my
is amazing.
goodness.
So and that was only for like a week. That's it.
Sheesh.
So 1 week. So make sure to get your early bird tickets for the San Antonio Brunch Festival, September 10th. We are making sure that the portion of the proceeds are going to Faith Bound Street Ministry with Desmond, and it's a great cause of what they do with the community and helping the homeless. So if you love to brunch, this is the biggest brunch festival in San Antonio. You're going to see a lot of amazing food, really great entertainment as well. So again, that's September 10th. Make sure this month we will have early bird tickets. They did increase. And then we're also going to be sharing some more details about what we're having in the event. So I just wanted to give that quick update.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Y'all know me. I love some brunch. I am Natalie Charlene on Facebook, Nat Boogie spelled with no E, on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok. Holla at me, slide in those DMs.
TikTok.
Hey. But thank you again, Frank, for being on the show. We appreciate it. I
Yes.
love everything
Hey, thank you guys for having
you're
me.
standing for and everything you're doing. Definitely keep at it. Like we said, if there's somewhere we can help, please let us know. We would love to,
Absolutely. Thank you,
assist in
guys.
any way that we can. Thank you all for tuning in, everyone that interacted and that showed love and support from day one to even tonight. We definitely appreciate it more than you know. It is Late Nights with All Access with myself and MikeAnthony. Catch us every Monday night right here on Facebook at 10 p.m. And y'all have a good night, guys. Y'all be safe. Thank you for tuning in and use protection. Peace.
Yeah, tonight we on one.